I'm going to show you how to complete the Outbreak main quest Easter egg completely solo. The quest itself is fairly easy and straightforward, however, once it comes to the boss fight it gets fairly intense and it's definitely one of the harder challenges I've ever faced in zombies. That being said, it may take you a couple tries to successfully complete the quest. Let's get right into the video. Right off the bat, I want to cover the custom loadout. If you go into your create a class and select a weapon, I would highly recommend using something like the M16 with the attachments that I have selected. Since the boss fight requires a weapon with a long distance range, this is the ideal weapon for the task. As for the field upgrade, I ran Frenzied Guard upgraded at tier 5 for the whole duration of the quest. It allowed me to refill my armor whenever I needed it, especially during the boss fight, and if I ever got stuck or in a tricky situation, it let me get out of it. The first thing I would recommend doing when you boot up a game of Outbreak is go into your settings, go into the interface tab, and make sure subtitles are enabled. The text that displays on the screen after each step is completed will ensure that you're doing the steps correctly and you're on the right path. The first thing you need to do to start up the Easter egg and get the ball rolling is get to round 3. I highly recommend going through each wave completely, doing all of the side quests, doing all of the missions, gathering as many points as you can, getting as many upgrades as possible because you're going to need a nice loadout for the final fight. You can also eliminate the high value targets to get yourself free perks. I would also highly recommend doing this as you'll be able to save the money for weapon upgrades. One last thing I would highly recommend before we get to the first step is either doing the Fury Crystal side quest or killing Orda so they drop the Ether tool. This will upgrade the rarity of your weapon to the next rarity. Once you get to round 3, you are going to have to locate a main signal and you're going to have to tune 3 amplifiers around that main signal to match the main one. The red dot on the minimap shows the main signal and the yellow dots represent the 3 amplifiers that must be tuned. I will show the locations for all of the maps, but we're going to start with Alpine first. I make my way over to the main signal, I interact with it, it's going to say feedback, feedback, feedback. It's going to give out a screeching sound and zombies will begin to spawn. You will want to stay by the main radio until the screeching stops, keep killing the zombies, and sooner or later you're going to hear Max's voice communicating through the radio. You're also going to get an active static noise and make sure you remember the number that it displays. At this point you're going to have to locate the 3 amplifiers surrounding that main signal. You're going to have to go up to them and tune them to the exact noise that you heard from the main one. If at any point one of them gets switched to the feedback, feedback, feedback and you hear that static noise again, zombies will begin to spawn. Just kill them off and come right back to that same radio and you'll be able to tune it. Once you tune the third and final one, make your way back to the main signal, interact with it, and it's going to spew out a beacon listening device. You are going to want to pick this object up and make your way over to a beacon. Once you finish the round's objective and you interact with the anomaly, you'll be able to go to the beacon and select the third option which says respond. You will now communicate with Maxis, and once you warp to the next world, the Easter egg will begin. I will now show you the location of the main signal and the 3 amplifiers on the other maps. Sit back, enjoy the music, and I'll see you on the next step.